Hey guys, what's up? This is Easy Pictures to Draw. How's it going? Today we're going to talk about what's the fastest way to learn caricatures. I'm just going to doodle around as I'm telling you this. Well, also, by the way, let me tell you really quick on the marker I'm using. This is called a Charpek marker. You can buy these in art stores. A lot of guys in theme parks use this right now. The thing is, though, they smell horrific. So kind of use it in a ventilated area. It smells horrendously bad. You know what I mean? So a lot of people, okay, this is a question I've been getting a lot, and it is, how do you become better at caricaturing? Like, what's the learning curve, and how fast can you learn it? And I'm just gonna tell you what I know, and this is only my opinion, by the way. It's nobody else's opinion, just mine, from experience. So it might just take that into account. I'm gonna give you that disclaimer. The quickest way that I've seen guys learn from starting from you already know how to draw decently. The quickest way I've seen guys learn has been getting a job in caricatures, like in a theme park. The reason for that is because you are drawing like 30 people a day in a theme park. You know what I mean? That's just the fact of the matter. You're getting all kinds of practice. And for example, within the first few months, I came from like a life drawing background. I always did life drawing. I used charcoal, but then I was thrown into this environment where it's loud. It's a theme park. You know what I mean? You're dealing with customers that want like a fast product. They're right there watching you do it. You're using a marker where you really can't erase at all. So if you screw up, you screw up. There's a lot of pressures going on, and so no matter what background you had, I've seen people in that job. Your line quality is going to be kind of crappy in the beginning. You know what I mean? It's just not going to be good, no matter how good of an artist you are in other tools, unless you like grew up doing the marker. But I do notice that drawing in front of people really does get people nervous, and then sometimes you screw up your line quality, and it takes you. I would say it took about 2 to 3 months for me to just get nice, clean lines in a live sketch. You know what I mean? Where you're drawing in front of people, because drawing from life is the best thing you can do. It really is just the fastest way to learn, like how to draw a face. And then after you do this line quality thing, you're like, you get the quality down to the line, make it clean. You have like that thick to thin lines. After you get that, then you're gonna go into this other part where you're gonna try to hit that type. When you see a person, when you see someone that is, like their ethnic type. You know what I mean? You have like the American eye, right? And we talked about this in another video. The American eye sometimes will have an eyelid or something, or they'll have an eyelid more. An Asian eye might not have an eyelid. You're kind of basing it off stereotypes. It doesn't mean everybody is like that, but you learn a general type for a certain ethnicity. You know what I mean? Like larger, wider noses for African American types. You know what I mean? Just stuff like that. And obviously not everyone falls into that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that to be recognizable, sometimes you want to lean on stereotypes, and that's kind of what you learn to do. And that's like after you learn the line quality. You can't even begin to really do that until you're clean with your lines, and that takes time and dexterity. And like I said, the quickest way to learn was to get a job in caricaturing. I don't know how to. Okay, let's just say this. My advice is, if you can't do that, let's say you're not next to a theme park, right? You got no time. Well, I mean, the truth is you're going to have to make time for any skill you want to master, or at least get good at, at least decent at it. So let's just say there's no theme park. Because honestly, I feel like that is the quickest way. And those are actually the best guys I've seen, The guys that tend to work at theme parks, they tend to be the best guys because they're practiced. You're practicing every day, constantly, because that's your job. I'll tell you something after I left the theme park, how I kept up practice. And this is crazy. Again, this is just my advice. You don't have to do it. But I literally sat in the corner of a marketplace, of a farmer's market, and kind of without their permission. It depends. Some farmers market are cool with that. Some are not. But I sat in this kind of the side area, and I brought my board because I had a little caricature board. You can make a very special board. I might actually show that off in another video. But you make a caricature board. I made a caricature board. I brought it with me. I had my marker, and I just said free drawings, because all I was interested in doing is practicing. You can even just say like tips only or something like that if you really want, you know. But I was just there for the practice. You know what I mean? For more practice to keep it up. I sat in the corners of colleges, literally, with my chair. One chair for me, my little easel thing that I was drawing on, and then another chair for the customer, I guess, you know, the person I want to draw. And literally, as people are going by, I'm like, hey, do you have time? Like, can I just draw you for practice? It's only going to take 5 to 10 minutes because you're supposed to do these on a timer too. That's another thing. Start doing. You got to learn to do this quick. You know, it's not going to be an hour. Some guys take an hour, but they're doing some. It's a little different though. They're doing some artistic, crazy piece. You're just trying to practice faces. You know, you're just like, doesn't go that well. Whatever. It was free. You know what I'm saying? This is for you. So, to kind of summarize, if I was to really summarize, how do you become better at this, at caricaturing? The simple answer is you have to draw many different faces from life. A lot, honestly. You can do it from photo, but photos are weird. You know, I'd like to have the person turn to the left sometimes so I can see how long their nose is. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Sometimes you just can't see that when it's from a single photo. There's reference books actually as well, and I've shown off a reference book I used here. There are reference books with turnarounds. They have, 5 views of the same person. Those reference books are also very good. So, like I said, if you can't get people in real life, which I think is the best, then get the book. Get like reference books that have turnarounds of the same person. And I don't know really where those are. If I find it, I'm gonna link it to you guys in another video. But that's the short of the answer. Please let me know what's another way that you think would be a way to get good fast at caricaturing. I would love to hear it. All right, guys, thanks a lot, and I just wanted to get that out there. Thanks.